Hi everyone, I am Neha Agrawal. I am the founder of WiseUp Communications. We at WiseUp help students and young professionals in improving their communication skills through interactive workshops. Today we have with us Gaurav Karmakar, an MBA candidate at University of Wisconsin-Madison, who will be pursuing his MBA in the US on full tuition scholarship. In this video, Gaurav is going to share with us the application requirements, the scholarship availability, and how he got an admission in the US for his MBA. So without further delay, let's get started. Hi Gaurav, thank you so much for joining us today. Could you please tell us something about yourself?
Yeah, hi Nia. Thanks for having me for the WiseUp Communication channel. So a little bit about myself is that I was working as a research engineer in University of Cambridge. Previously, I was working as a process and equipment engineer with Micron Semiconductor Technology in Singapore itself. And I was also working in India for an year with Samsung Engineering India as an electrical and design engineer. And also, I graduated from Delhi Technological University. Also, I did my Master of Science in Power Engineering from NTU Singapore. And I'm an incoming student of MBA in University of Wisconsin-Madison, and I'll be specializing in Operation and Technology Management.
Wow. So I think, Gaurav, that sounds very impressive. Could you please tell us about the entire application procedure for MBA in USA and how did you go about it?
Yeah, sure, Neha. So actually, there are two stages in the application process. One is the stage where you give the exam, and you can either opt for GRE or the GMAT exam. So now most of the colleges in US, they don't have any preference for the GRE and GMAT, and anything above 700 or 710 in GMAT is good enough, and anything above 320 is good enough for GRE. And the second part comes is that while applying for the MBA in US, you need to have a work experience, and most colleges ask for work experience of around 3 years. So in general, you need to submit 2 or 3 questions why you want to pursue an MBA, what's your short-term and long-term goal. So these are the most typical questions that are being asked in the application process. Then there are few more questions asked about your work experience, and then from depending upon the college, you need either 1 or 2 letter of recommendation. So they give you the option where you can get it either from your previous company employee, or maybe a client side, or even from your colleagues. So the position and the rank of the employee recommending you doesn't matter. It is about all about the quality, how well he knows you, how well he is able to describe your quality and impact in the organization and the job done for them. After this, it takes around 1 week to a month to get the interview call. Colleges also have a second round, which is called the KIRA or the video interview, mostly like an extempore. So where you will get this questions need not to be based on the business, where it's a generic question. They just want to know how well you can speak about a topic and how good you have knowledge about, apart from the business and your work, how well, or maybe a simple topic, maybe what is GDP and how can you explain GDP in just 30-35 seconds. So that's more about the second part of the stage. And the third part is mostly is an interview, so which is based on invitation, and if they like your overall, and after the holistic overview of your evaluation of your profile, if they find you suitable for their college, they will let you know. And after the interview process, some colleges conduct some psychometric tests that whether are you fit for their college, and then you get the final admit letter.
So, Gaurav, I think it's a really long process, as you mentioned. And if I summarize, some of the application requirements are: number one, you need to either give your GRE or GMAT. After that, you need to submit 2 letters of recommendations. You need to answer a few questions regarding why do you want to do an MBA, about your work experience, etc. Most colleges also require minimum of 3 years of work ex, correct? So these are some of the things you need to submit for your application. And once you get shortlisted, you have to go through a video round or a KIA round that you said. Am I right?
Yeah.
Okay, got it. Great. So after that, you have your interview round where you have like a face-to-face interview with them, and they talk about your work experience and why you're interested to do your MBA. And if they like you, then you get into the MBA program. Is that right?
Yeah.
I'm so glad that you actually got into the program, and that too on full tuition scholarship. So, Gaurav, can you actually tell us more about that? How did you find these scholarships? What did you have to do differently to apply to them? And finally, how did you even get a full tuition scholarship? Because a lot of students want to pursue their MBA abroad, but I think finances is a big issue. So, can you tell us more about it, please?
Yeah, sure. I will break down this answer into three parts. First, I will
Okay.
answer the finances because that's a major concern for most of the students who are
Right.
going to pursue an MBA. Because most of the MBA in US, it costs around minimum of 1 to 1.5 to 2 crores. So if you go to the top 7 colleges, it goes up to 2 crores. I shortlisted a colleges, not the top 7 colleges, because I knew though I have a good profile or a good score, but getting a scholarship will be very difficult. And also all the students and the competition will be very high in those colleges. Rather, if you go for the top 10, 15, 20 colleges, bit and pieces of the difference, you need to compromise at a certain point. And for me, the finances was a big part. That there is a myth that in US scholarships are not
Not
available
there.
and getting you need to fund yourself for 1.5 crore. So what happens that most of the people don't even apply for these colleges. But I will tell them to apply, because after going through this process and getting to know about more about this process, I got to know that scholarships are readily available for the international students. People ask whether we need to write any additional essays for the scholarship
Exactly.
or anything. Yeah, for most of the colleges in US, you don't have to write any additional essays. You just have to take a click on the while I'm filling out the application. Also want to apply for the scholarship, and you need to just
Okay.
select the different types of the scholarship available. So there are different types of the scholarships, such as the alumni scholarship is there. Then your school will have some merit scholarship. Then for women, there is actually Forte scholarship, and also there are many other scholarships available based upon, and it varies from school to school. So these are the basic scholarships, or the basic type of the scholarship that's available. And also some of the B school also offer teaching assistantship. So
Hmm.
they will waive off your first year tuition fee, and in second year you can apply, you can work as a TA. Your tuition fee is waived off, and you get a good handsome amount of stipend also. I want to say to everyone who is just pursuing, just apply, just try your luck and present yourself in the best possible manner, because we try to sometimes undervalue ourselves and
Very
think
true.
that we are not good enough. Just try and try and try, just try your luck out there. One thing I want to recommend to the students who are eager to apply for the next fall intake is that they should attend the webinars of all the schools they are interested in, because at the end of the webinars, the school sometimes give you some discount coupons to
Okay.
apply for the application process. So in that way, you can save $100. So, but
Right.
yeah, $100 doesn't matter a lot, but still, it's
Still,
you can, if
correct.
you can save $1 also, that's an MBA. So you are
That's
doing
a
an
great
MBA
tip.
from, yeah. So
Okay, thank you. Thank you so much for that, Gaurav. And I think that's going to encourage a lot of people to apply because, as you said, we are scared and sometimes we underestimate our qualifications and we feel that we might not get in or we might not get a scholarship. So, Gaurav, could you please tell us how many universities did you apply to for your MBA program? And finally, how many did you get an admit from? And why did you choose Wisconsin Madison out of all?
yeah, so I made a strategy that in round one I will apply to these colleges where I have a sure shot, and then in the round two I will apply for the dream college. So for the round one, I applied to Wisconsin School of Business, and fallback for me was the IE Business School in Spain. So that was the two first of my preferences. And then in US, since I was more keen on applying to US, I applied to Kelly School of Business and the Skeller School of Business. That's Georgia Tech, and I got admit from IE Business School and
Okay.
Wisconsin School of Business. But unfortunately, I was not able to convert Kelly and the Skeller School of Business.
Okay.
But anyway, and from both these schools, I got scholarship. But from Wisconsin, I got full
Full
tuition merit
tuition.
scholarship. So that was one of the reason, and also the uh, main reason for choosing Wisconsin was the curriculum of the specialization module from the year one. And also coming from the university background or the academic background, I found out that Wisconsin is also like a university's town, and where there is a sense of the community. And I wanted a program where I can also build good relationships with my
Right.
classmates, and I have a meaningful discussions with them. So that were a few of the reasons, and the main primary
Nice.
reason I must tell you is the scholarship.
Right. Great. Okay. So, Gaurav, I have one final question for you. Now, if somebody is going to the US to pursue their MBA, could you please tell us about the job opportunities that are available and whether the university helps you in getting a job, getting an internship? So, what is it like?
Yeah, sure. No, so that's a very prime important question, and that's the prime
Yeah.
motive why you want to do an MBA. So that's the main aim, and that's the honest aim of everyone. So
Correct.
so in US, you need to have your visa or the H-1B. So most of the people are again scared about the whether my H-1B is going to
Correct.
get accepted. So now most of the B schools are coming with a thing called STEM MBA. So this MBA focuses on the technology or the mathematics or the quantitative part of your MBA, so that you can extend your OPT. Instead of having a OPT for 1 year, you can have it for 3 years, and
Okay.
it increases your chances for the H-1B applications.
Right.
I think around 20, 25, 30 colleges are there which provide STEM MBA, and the list is there in the Poets and Quant website. So
Okay.
I think I will pass on that link,
Yeah.
and
I'll put it in the
you
description.
can. Then the second thing is about getting a job. So mostly in the tech companies, you either work as a product manager or a program manager. So these are the typical roles are available
Okay.
there, and most of the tech companies hire foreigners, or are
Right.
also willing to sponsor your H-1B. The second part of your question, yeah, school will prepare you for your job hunt and your job finding. So right now, for me, even the coursework has not started for our batch. The CV preparation, job interview preparation, case study interview
All that is
style
started.
preparation, all that have started, and we have actually finished our CV
That's
preparation
nice.
and LinkedIn polishing. Yeah, that's nice. And then they will give you sessions about networking, because the key factor about MBA is networking, because it's
Correct.
not like in India in IIMs where you have day zero that 10 companies or the 15 companies will come.
Hmm.
And okay, in US it's more about how much effort you put in yourself. The more effort you put in yourself, the better will be the result. And also there are a few companies which come for direct placement, such as for the Wisconsin School of Business in Tweet, which is a very well-known tech finance giant in US, that comes and directly recruits graduates from the Wisconsin School of Business. Then there are a few other companies like Microsoft
Okay.
and RCC. RCC is the Royal Caribbean Cruise. All these companies come, but you should not lay back only for these three companies.
Right.
You want to apply for a job in Amazon as a product manager, and so the first thing you should do is find out who all are working in your network in the Amazon from your school. Just drop some
Email.
contact
Connect
them
over
on
LinkedIn.
LinkedIn. That more all the people will be happy to help you.
Right.
It's about you and your efforts, how well you want to approach people.
Okay, so job opportunities, as you mentioned, US being a hub for the Fortune 500 companies, a lot of job opportunities are available. But when it comes to Indians, I think the positive that we can see here is for STEM MBA, you have 3 years of OPT, right?
Yeah.
Okay. You have the OPT and you can apply for your H-1B for 3 years. And apart from that, it's very important to network with people. It could be alumni of your college, or it could also be from people in the industry. So while college does help you and bring some company on campus, you should not solely depend on it, and try and network with as many people as you can, because that will open doors to more job opportunities. All right. So, Gaurav, thank you so much for joining us today. It was a pleasure speaking with you. And I think a lot of students are going to get help from our discussion today. If there was one final tip that you would like to share with students who are planning to apply for their MBA abroad, what would that be?
I would just say just apply. Means get your GRE score and the GMAT score according to that college average. So if you see the average of the school is 700, then you should go for 710 or 710 or 720, because yeah, as you mentioned earlier, that the bulk of the application comes from the Indian pool. So you need to maintain a little over the average GMAT or the GRE score, and then just present yourself in the best possible manner. Be honest in your application, be honest in your interview. And that's all. Means you just need to try. You can't control the end result.
Correct.
The only thing which you can control is the inputs from your side. So present yourself in the best possible manner. Take feedbacks from anyone you can get during the application process. Get your CV reviews. Even the AdCom committees are very helpful. They will to review your CV even before applying the application. So you can just have a Zoom session with them or a half an hour chat session. Then they will be able to tell you how you can apply, whether you are a good fit for their college or not, and how you can improve your profile and how you can present yourself. And whatever you have done in your work, whether it's a small thing, you may think it's a small thing for you, but it may be a significant thing for your application. Just mention all this thing and be coherent. Whatever you present in your application should be coherent with letter of recommendation. And the third is interview stage, how you are presenting.
All right. Great. Thank you so much, Gaurav. It was a pleasure speaking with you. Thanks a lot for your time.
Thank you, Neha. Thank you for having me.